Hello and welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday, the 29th. Is it the 29th?
Let's hope so.
Of quarantine. I mean, May. And we are here with the Vixens. Yes. And it's a day of celebration twofold. Look at that sweet picture of Carafa just floating in the island. Did you know that you're in the island, Dave? We are celebrating because some of the grills are graduated. Yay! Congratulations, Bethany and Reagan. Yay! And Amanda, but Amanda's not here. So rip Amanda.
She's celebrating in another way.
So before we play D&D, what was it like to experience your virtual graduation, remote distance quarantine graduation?
Well, when we grabbed our certificates, they took a picture of us and then we had to do hand sanitizer and leave. That was interesting.
Yeah, they were like, wear your mask. And then my mom was like, take it off for the picture. Then I took it off and I walked up and then they made me put it back on again.
They weren't like that for me. I didn't even have it on when I walked in. Yeah.
What?
You had to wear your mask for the picture?
They wanted, so not for the actual picture, but my mom wanted to take a picture of me in front of the banner and they were like, keep your mask on and walk. And I was like, yo, we get 15 minutes. I am going to strut and I'm going to take off my mask. No one is around me.
Yeah.
Do they have music? Is it graduation music going?
No.
They should.
On
a loop.
Miss Dostal just sat in a lawn chair the whole time. She didn't even say hi to anyone.
I saw people complaining about that.
I was upset about it. I mean, I feel like it's kind of disrespectful.
So, what are your future plans for this continued summer / next year for school?
I'm taking a gap year. I don't really know how that's going to work now that I can't travel. So I'm just kind of extending it into next year, and I'm taking community college courses online.
Good.
And then
how about you, Ray?
I'm going to NYU studying film.
New York City, the epicenter. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. If I come back and infect you all, my apologies.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Goyles. We need to do a recap because it's been a minute since we had that most epic of last games. But if you recall, you guys had found a secret little cave underground lair, right? And you snuck into it and discovered that it was inhabited by just a whole tribe of goblins. And then, instead of running away from them or killing them, as I thought you would, you decided to befriend them and trick them into believing that Tetra was the mother goblin mother.
It's not a trick, I am.
The chosen. So then you recruited the goblins to go with you up the mountain. But remember that they are expecting something in return. And what are they expecting?
They want us to fight 10 giants.
Yes. Well, if you recall, Vermek counted and he was counting how many giants there were. And he's like, 25. And that's what he did. So you're pretty sure that Vermek doesn't know how to count or probably read. But so then they led you to a secret way through the mountain. So you didn't have to go back out and climb up and go around. And when you came out their secret back door, you saw across this chasm is this huge single mountain that just rose up into the sky. And it was the top of it was blanketed by fog and clouds, you couldn't even see the top of it. That's how big this is, right? So that is where we will pick up. So Vermek leads you guys, and like he's kind of going down this little rocky path that kind of like weaves and cuts back, and sometimes you have to like climb down a little bit, but it seems like the goblins kind of know their way around. And so he's like leading, and all of you guys are there together, and then all the rest of like the goblin army's like kind of like marching behind you guys, right? And you start making your way down, and he gets to the bottom of the ravine, and then he stops, and he like tells you like, and he looks up, and he's like, up there. He's like, do you see that? And he points, and you guys can see this huge outcropping of gray stones that kind of blend in with the rocks that are on the mountain, but kind of not. Like they're a little bit of a different shade of gray. And he goes, those are no stones. That is giant. And as you look closer, you see that like the rocks they almost look like a hunched over form, like somebody in a fetal position, but they're not moving.
So like how we found Enoch or whatever.
What? Oh my gosh. Meta moment. This is a very important announcement. Our longtime supporter and great patron, Tricky Troy, has given a gift to the graduates. Wow. I will follow DoD Spec Ops gifting spirit. Here's a donation for all the players, both Vixens and Medusas. Wow. Thank you, Tricky Troy. That is crazy generous. Thank you. What do you say, girls, to Tricky Troy?
Thank you.
That's very generous.
Oh my God.
That is extremely generous.
Yeah, seriously, you don't have to do that, man.
That's insane.
So, unmeta moment. So, you guys see this, what he's pointing to, and then, oh my God, now DoD just decided to throw into that too. That's for the graduates. Congrats to the graduates. Best of luck in your near future. Stay focused on your goals, and to the COVID-19 Help Fund, use the money well, ladies. Thank you, DoD. Thank you, guys. You guys are all just crazy generous. Thank you.
Y'all are so sweet.
That's insane.
Not just the grads. I got it. All right. Unmeta moment. So Vermek points to this, and he's like, that is stone giant, very dangerous. We must go around ravine. Quiet. So he leads you guys through the ravine, and you notice all the other goblins have become suddenly a lot less talkative. Like nobody's making a peep. Everybody's kind of like walking on their toes. All right, I need all of you to pick a number between 1 and 20.
15.
8. 20.
You were very lucky that I didn't roll those numbers. All right, you guys make it through. It takes you about a half an hour because everybody's trying to be really sneaky, but you go kind of through the ravine and around. And Vermek looks back up, and oh, thank you, TopoMusicale, another donation to the player fund. Thank you, my friends. You guys are extraordinarily generous on this Happy Friday.
This is crazy.
You make it around through this ravine. Vermek looks back, and he's like, it is safe. We move up now. And he looks to you for a moment, Abby, and he's like, you see up there, mother? This is the way. This is the way. And then he starts leading you up this little trail. And Adams for the Vixens for kicking Patty's behinds this season. Thank you, Annie. Thank you on behalf of the Vixens who are here. Rip Manda. So you guys start going up now, and Vermek kind of goes up, and then he kind of cuts back, and he goes up a little more, and you guys get up about a third of the way up the mountain. And Vermic leads you around this bend and goes into a cave. And he like motions for you guys to come in the cave. And you guys realize that like it's not even close to night yet. It's probably like late afternoon, but you go into this cave and Vermic is like, we will stay here and wait. Okay, mother? Yes?
Oh, okay, we might need your help.
We will all stay here and wait. Not safe right now.
Okay.
There
Oh
are
no, that sounds good.
two will come very soon. We must wait until it's darker. So all of you guys and all the goblins pile into this big cave, right? And you see all the goblins like crouching and hiding in the shadows. And Vermic is like, you will hear them. Listen for them. You wait. Half hour goes by. Hour goes by. But the whole time, the goblins are like no more than a whisper. They're super quiet. And then you hear this sound that's like a consistent like and it's getting closer. And Vermic's like, that is them. Morgo and Orgo. They are coming.
Twin giants?
You feel like that sound is about right for the size of a giant. It kind of reminds you of that giant that you fought on your way to the mountains and of that kind of scale, that kind of size.
Wasn't that one like a pain in the butt?
Yes.
Yeah.
You may recall people almost dying.
Yep.
But there are definitely two of these because you hear the sounds getting closer and it's like
Now we have our band of minions.
yes, you have many goblin warriors. However, you aren't sure if these giants would just squish them without your help. But you also don't see them like gearing up to go to war. Like they're just straight up hiding.
Okay, we need to rally them and get them pumped up and explain to them power in numbers because we can't do this just us 4, 5. They can't do it just them. We need to power up.
Okay, who will be doing this power up and talking?
Abby, but we'll all like,
I think, yeah, the mom should do it.
Yeah.
she's mother.
Okay. I think also we should plan an attack.
Yeah, we
the-
shouldn't just like charge.
I think like splitting it up into like 5 region or like 4 groups.
Because
Like,
aren't ogres stupid?
You get the impression that these are not ogres, that these are probably hill giants,
Oh, sorry, giants.
bigger and scarier.
Are giants stupid though?
Yes,
So
they're not the
let's
smartest creatures.
let's use their stupidity to our advantage.
how many little guys do we have? I keep forgetting their name. I'm sorry.
Goblins.
Goblins. How many goblins do we have?
You have 60.
Okay, I'm
60
thinking
people.
we split it up into 4 groups and we each attack a region of the giant or like hit a strategy of the giant. So
Yeah.
after, like each get, I don't know what is that?
I think what we could also do is if there's any way we could surprise attack the giant with a bunch of goblins going up and jumping on its back and covering its eyes.
You
I think
could.
that's
Size, just so you guys understand, imagine that you're like a third of the way up this big rocky mountain. The ledge that is outside of this cave is probably at its widest like 20 feet wide. So you feel like the giants couldn't really stand side by side. Like they could go single file along this ledge, but they couldn't stand side by side.
Okay, the
Just to
plan
give
is we
you an
shoot
idea.
them in the eye with our bow and arrows because they're stone giants.
Yeah.
Do the little minions have arrows?
Yeah, well, not all of them. Some of them have spears, some of them have like swords and axes, and then some of them have short bows.
Can we line them up so that they're like in an army form and they like
Yes, but I want you to role play the strategery and the inspirational speech. And I need to know who's doing which of those things because you're going to have to make rolls for it.
I guess as a solo warrior, I shouldn't be doing either of those things. I'm not very versed in war.
So Beth, Mantra definitely has the highest charisma for the inspirational speech part.
Okay. So is there any way I can like get loud without without alerting the giants?
You feel like you could like gather in the back of the cave and like gather them closer.
Okay, I'm gonna gather them in the back of the cave.
Okay.
And then
You're all like Vermic like sees that you're going over there and he like summons some of the main warriors. It's not all of them, but like the majority of them are there.
and I'm gonna bring Abby, mother, Tetra with. And I'm gonna tell everyone that we need to band together. We need to use our powers and our strengths, and we can't do it alone. We have to be together.
All right. I'm going to have you make a persuasion roll, which is your leadership instinct. You do okay. You have a 12. You make your speech and they're like, yes, but Morgo and Orgo are very deadly and maybe we shouldn't fight. Maybe we just wait. Because
I mean, y'all called us here for a fight.
yes, but
And now you're wasting our time. Are we fighting or not? What do you want to do?
all right, that would be intimidation. There you go. Look at you with your intimidation.
I'm channeling my Cino.
All right, now they're scared of you and they're like, yes, we will fight. Don't.
Well, I'm asking.
And you notice like they're like looking at you and then they look over at Tetra and then they look back at you and they're like, and finally Vermic is like, Mother, is this the time to fight?
Yeah. We need to stand up against them. We can't hide forever.
Wait, but
We
what
gotta
if we
do
kill
something
them?
about it. Make it happen.
What if they die?
Don't bring that up to them.
They got this. They're strong.
You, Abby,
Yeah.
it occurs to you that you might actually be able to help using one of your first level spells. You might be able to help your goblin minions have a better chance of hitting the hill giants
Yeah,
with
with
their
ukulele.
arrows and spears.
I'll give them some guidance.
Well, you could do that. But more specifically, if you fairy fire that area where the giants are, and the giants are then outlined in magical glowing color, it will make them easier targets for your goblin army.
I'll do that.
Okay. So the sound of the giants is coming closer. Vermic like sneaks up to the edge and he like looks out and he's like, they're coming. If we are going to do this, we must do it now. It is Morgo and Orgo. Quickly.
Right. Charge.
Okay. So he summons the archers out and they all like kind of crowd to the front of the cave. And they have their bows and arrows, and then there's spear guys behind that, and then sword guys behind that. Abby,
Yes.
do you desire to do your fairy fire?
Yes, I do.
Damn it, Karafa. Hold on.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello, governor.
You guys know that TikTok where it's like, thanks, mom, for the money? Afternoon snack.
Snack. Yeah.
Yeah.
CEO of that TikTok.
Say that to the chat.
Thanks, Mom, for the money.
Afternoon snack.
I just had my
Alright.
What happened?
So, Tetra,
Yes.
you approach the edge of the cave, and you see, not too far off, moving at a very like kind of taking their time sort of pace, you see two big hill giants, and they look very much like that big dumb one that you fought before. You see them lumbering kind of single file. They both have like these massive like trees basically, and they're like, and as they're getting closer, you're kind of preparing your fairy fire spell and you're waiting.
Can I take my longbow out and shoot one of them in the eye?
Yes, you can do that because you have the range to do that with your
What am I
longbow.
gonna do then?
Okay. So it begins. The first sneaky attack.
Oh wait, I also have I have advantage over big things.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Okay.
Advantage over big fat big things.
You hit and do 13 damage. So you hit the first one. It's caught off guard completely. And it's like, oh, and it like kind of like leans back, and the other one behind it like shoves it forward a little bit.
I have 2 attacks I can do though, right?
Yeah. Then you fire your second one.
With my advantage person, whatever, because I have advantage in big things.
Do 12 more.
Colossal Slayer.
Okay. Now it's hurt and pissed.
Starting route to 350 North Edgewood Avenue.
And
Head west on West
Ah!
Hill. Then turn right.
Mute. Oh my god. So you begin
I just
see them
exposed
begin to
our
like
horses.
lumber forward, right? 'Cause now they see you. You're like out on the outcropping, right? On this like edge. You fired, and they see you, and they start running forward. As they run within your range, Abby, you cast Fairy Fire and hit this spot in which they are both running towards them. So they both have to make dex saves. That is a colossal failure because they have a -1 dex.
Colossal.
And a also colossal failure against your spell save DC of 16. So
Yes.
Yeah. So now, for as long as you concentrate, which is, it lasts a minute, as long as you're concentrating on the spell, everybody who attacks them has advantage. So you're at the edge, you do this, they light up, and the goblins are like, oh, it is true, she is the mother, and they start like shooting arrows and throwing spears. So they get an attack. I'm going to roll a group roll, okay, for each group with advantage. So that is success, because Hill Giants have lame armor class. That is a success. That's success. That's a success. Okay. Now I'm going to roll the average damage for each group. So. $14. 14 and 9 is 23. Cut that in half, that's 12. Times 4 is 48. Okay, so a volley of little short bow goblin arrows just peppers these giants, right? And then spears. And they're both just tore up, right? But they're still running at you, and they're still very angry. So now it's initiative. Okay. First up is you, Woe. Because you're fast. You see these things now have closed the distance as they're running basically towards Sorshe and the goblins. But you can dip out, and if you want to dip out and go attack.
Okay, so I could like do a little swerve thing and kind of like.
Yes, that's easily within your crazy high movement.
Do I have the strength and speed to, like, what number? If I could pick up a number of goblins and just like carry them, like how many do you think it could be?
You are not strong. You have an 8 strength, so you maybe could pick up one of them.
I'm thinking 2. All right.
Uh-huh. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
You sound like me.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do the little swerve thing, but I'm also gonna try to get like 5 to 10 of them to like come in the direction that I'm going in.
Okay,
So
to rush it?
Yeah, huh?
To rush the
Yeah.
hill giant?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that I'm not like by myself, and so that it like some of them can also avoid the attack. So I'm gonna try to like be like, come here, this way.
Okay, you run past them and you're like, come on, and 6 of them follow you. Okay, now you're running up to the giant. What do you want to do?
Yeah, we're all gonna rush him and just like. So what tools do the goblins have?
Are you the ones that followed you would just have swords?
Okay.
The one are you using any of your special attacks?
Oh,
No.
use stunning strike.
Why
Let
don't
him stab him to
wait,
death.
I'm gonna wait until I need it.
I think you do need it.
Well, I'm just gonna wait until. What if we can fight him without me using stunning strike? I don't know.
Why would you want to?
Because I have to use chi points.
Yeah, but like, how many more chi points are you really gonna use?
I'm just gonna wait. So yeah, I'm gonna have all of them rush. At the same time, I'm probably gonna kick him in the knee. Try to lock his knee out.
Okay.
Or
so
stick
you
to
get
the knee.
advantage, which is good because that first roll sucked. All right,
Cool.
that's a hit. And you do 5 plus 4 is 9 damage for the first attack. That's also a hit. 10 damage for the second attack. Oh, you're not doing flurry of blows, right? Just
Yeah, just one.
you like punch and elbow smash his knee, and you hear like the bone cracking, and he's like, "Arr!" Okay.
Nice.
Up next is Mantra.
What weapons do the goblins have?
Like crappy goblin weapons. So basically a third of them have short bows. A third of them have spears, and then the other third have like swords and axes.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab as many of them, or try to encourage / intimidate as many of them that have bows to start shooting.
They did.
And then, okay, well then scratch the bow part, the swords, and then kind of do the same thing that Woe did and rush them.
Okay.
And just stab.
You inspire 8 of them to follow you into battle.
That's a solid.
So
gag.
you rush up. You go up to like kind of the other side of the hill giant. You see like Woe basically is like ha ha, like attacking its leg. You go up to the other leg and attack.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Because of advantage, you have a dun, 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 dun. So your longsword of ultimate pain and suffering, or were you? Well, you know what? I'm going to say you're
my
using
longsword.
longsword. All right,
I
so
wanted to use my longsword.
8 plus 6 is 14 plus 3 is 17 for your first attack. Second attack is also a hit. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 6 is 22. It is very hurt. Like this front one that you and Woe are wailing on is like suffering. It's just loaded up with like goblin arrows and spears, and then like you and Woe are like just attacking both of its legs, and it's like wobbling. Okay. No, Sorshe, you are up next, and then Tetra.
I do my longbow again. with my
Okay. Are you
Colossus.
purposely shooting the front one that they're attacking?
Yeah, the one that I already shot in the eye
Yes.
twice. Yeah, I'll do that one again.
Robert Kennedy coming through. Good job. Good going for the first combat nat 20 of the session. All right. Reagan, that is a hit on your first attack. Longbow damage will do 6 plus your 6, so 12. And then second attack. Dun 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 dun! Right off the cuff, yo.
Wait, but I do have a Colossus Slayer like advantage, right?
I gave you already have advantage because of Abby's spell. But I added the extra D8 from once you wounded him, I added your extra D8 from Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
So that's a crit, so that's 16 plus 4 plus 2 is 6. 26. Nice. 6. He's 2 more arrows sink into the lead hill giant, and he's like very wounded. The one behind him, not quite as much. Okay. Abby, you are still concentrating on the fairy fire?
Yeah.
You seem to be inspiring the goblins. Like you hear them like yelling and like reloading and like preparing other stuff, and they seem very pumped.
Okay. Amazing. Good.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else? Say anything else?
If I were to like do guidance or something on like one of my friends or something,
Yes, sure. I'll let you do that.
Would that stop the fairy fire?
I don't know.
Would I
I
still be able
don't
to
think it will because your guidance is like a bonus action cantrip.
Okay, then I will do guidance.
On who? Which person?
Who is doing the most damage so far?
Like any of your comrades? Mantra or Sorshe or Woe. Although you're not close to, like Mantra and Woe are up ahead. Sorshe is like right next to you, and then Vermic, the goblin leader, is shooting his bow, and he's right next to you.
I'm gonna give it to Vermic. He deserves it.
All right, Vermic will attack.
Thought we were friends. Whatever.
I am friends with you.
That is
I
a
need to
hit.
take care of my son.
He's like
That is 6. Okay, Vermic.
some of the box of rocks.
Like, Vermic, like,
I have Colossus
so are
Slayer
you,
like
Sorshe.
extra. I have Colossus Slayer. That would have.
Listen,
Did you just call me stupid? You don't want to bite me.
your character is not smart.
After this, I am fighting you.
Vermic pulls
prepared.
back his bowstring, and he's like, "For mother!" And he shoots and hits the hill giant. The hill giant now, though it's very wounded, is going to attack. Ooh. That is a hit with his great weapon of pain. 16 plus 5 is 21 damage. Whoa. That's a lot of pain. Boom. And then he backswings. After hitting you, he backswings and attacks Mantra. $12 plus 7 is 19, plus 5 is 24 damage. Make a dexterity save, Mantra.
That's
Go.
me.
This is the moment of truth, people, because if she fails, She might be falling off the cliff. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get hit and you're like, whoa, and you like kind of skid on the rocks, but you like stop yourself just before you tumble over. Okay, top of the order. No, it's not. The second hill giant grabs a boulder and throws it. It rolls over. And you see 4 of the goblins just get smashed into the rocks, like ripe bananas that you step on. Like that's how it looks. Like they just get popped. And
Are they dead?
Yeah, like when I say smash, this is a boulder, and they're small creatures. It just rolls over, and 4 of them just get mowed down.
This is what you guys get for bringing them into battle.
Back to you, Woe. What
Sick.
do you woe?
Okay. Which one of the players are most at risk right now?
Well, you and Mantra are the only ones that have taken damage.
Okay.
And you feel like if you hit this thing hard enough, you could blow out its knee and maybe kill it in this round.
Okay, that's the goal. Well, okay. So what I want to do is do a stunning strike on the knee, and then is there a way for me to get all the other goblins to do it at the same time with me?
They will be attacking, but you're up in initiative order.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll hit him with the stunning kick on the knee.
That is a hit. Second attack is miss. So first attack. You do 9. He has to. You do the stunt. You focus your chi, and as you go to blow out his knee, you hit him, but the stun for some reason the effect doesn't channel. You feel like maybe it has to do with the fact that he's a giant and he's extraordinarily resilient, right? I mean, and he's loaded with like cuts and just bleeding, and there's arrows all over him and spears stuck in him, but he's still fighting on. But you still did damage, but he's not dead.
Okay.
Okay. Goblin army. Okay. The first group misses, second group hits, third group hits, fourth group hits. So that's going to be average of 8. $27 divided by 2 is 13 times 3, 39. Okay, the goblin archers, thanks to the guidance and advantage granted by Fairy Fire, the goblin archers unload another volley of arrows and just pepper the first hill giant with arrows. And you see his eyes kind of roll back in his head, and then he starts to stumble and fall. I'm going to roll a d4 to determine what direction he falls in. If I roll a 1, he falls on Woe and Mantra. If I roll a 2, he falls just flat where he is, up against the mountain. If I roll a 3, he falls over the cliff. And if I roll a 4, he falls behind and onto his friend. It's a 1. He falls on you. Both of you have to make a dex save. It's a low difficulty, but I'm going to make you make a dex save. Woe, you of course make it because you have a +7 to your dex save because monks are ridiculous. And Mantra, you also make it. All right, so you guys see this thing falling and you're like, oh crap. And you run back, and the goblins also, they're like, ah! and they like run and scatter back. And this thing falls. When it falls, the mountain like around you shakes. Like little pebbles and like rocks start to come down the slope. Like it's that much vibration. Like you're literally like, oh. Okay, I just did that.
We should have all shaken
Ready?
our.
Shake.
Ready?
Mountain's shaking. Oh, the mountain's shaking. Oh.
The only time Bill will ever tell you to not have a steady camera.
So then the spears, the goblins with the spears throw their spears, and now they're attacking the second giant who hasn't been wounded as much. So 2 of the 4 groups hit there. Damage. Average damage is not that great. So 7 times 2 is 14.
What are you doing, Reagan?
14 plus 14 is 28.
I had to put some stuff on my face.
So some spears kind of go into, not a lot, but if like a group of spears hits the second hill giant, but it is now even more angry, and it is rushing forward with its big club to swipe down. But before that happens, mantra attack.
With my longsword.
Yes.
Oh.
What? What?
3 in 1
Can
game.
I get a dab in the chat from everybody?
That was my second.
Quick dab. They were just do quick dab. Thank you.
All right, that was massive. 21 damage on the
Did
first
I-
hit.
Yeah. Can we get a $5 bill in the chat?
Second,
I'm kidding.
second
We're
is
not-
also a hit, but just regular.
But we're not.
No.
8. Okay. So you
Yes,
take 2
Abby.
swings at the giant, the less wounded giant, and you cut him twice. The first was a strong hit. The second one was still okay. Ray gun. You, I'm assuming, want to shoot again?
Yeah, I got my war paint on.
Okay. Nice. Well
Just
done.
face mask.
All right, I am not even lying. I'm going to show you this right now. I'm not fudging these rolls. This dice is just on fire.
It's our energy today. It's some
You,
The sun's out.
Sorshe, pulls back a longbow and aims at the second giant, which is already wounded, and now she has Colossus damage, a bonus on the critical hit.
Shout out to Troy.
15 plus 8 is 23,
Wait, what?
plus 2 is 25 damage. Oh, tricky Troy coming
Again?
through with the 20 for 20.
20 for 20.
You didn't have to do that.
20,
but
that's
thanks.
crazy. All right, and that was just your first shot. Second shot. That sucks. Even with advantage is not a hit. So your first shot
My
was
Colossus Slayer advantage.
I gave you advantage. I'm telling you, I rolled a 2 and a 4. You still missed. All right, so now, Abby, you see as this second giant is approaching, like about to swing madly at your friends. The goblins are a little bit scared, like they're like cowering and backing away.
It's fine. We don't need them.
Okay. Question.
4 of them died.
Can my rage at the fact that my goblins are dying make my attack go up?
What do you want to do? I mean, you're still concentrating on the fairy fire,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Which is like the reason why.
Could
they're
I
up
also-
to-
Can I also shoot it with my longbow?
Sure. Okay, you hit with your little short bow. You do a moderately decent. How much damage do you do? +2. No, you have a +3. You do 9 damage. And
Here we go.
in fact, I'll have you make a inspirational performance check. which is clutch, an 18 plus your performance of 3. So you,
Can
as
I
you
put it
shoot,
behind my head?
yeah, you kind of like make a show of shooting it, and then you hit, and like you see the goblins are like, yes, the mother, and then like they feel courageous, and they begin like running back towards the giant to attack it. But now the giant gets to attack. So first attack, it's coming down hard on Woe with the club of pain. That is no, it's a miss. Okay. Second attack on Mantra.
Yeah.
Also a miss. 16. You have an 18 AC.
I am untouchable today.
Although I will point out that it's a good thing you're using your longsword and shield, because otherwise that would have been a hit and it would have been a lot of pain. All right.
But it was so.
Back to the top of the order, Woe. The second hill giant is upon, like, right over you guys, and you have some goblins backing you, but like it's basically you and Mantra, some goblins, and then that's it, like everybody else.
Okay. I would like to do the Thor smash on his big toe.
Okay. You come down.
One hard.
First attack is a miss.
Wow, great.
Second attack is a hit. Yeah, even with advantage. I rolled a 3 and a 4. All right, your second attack is a hit. You smash down, doing 7 damage on its big toe. No, sorry, 8 damage on its big toe. Huh?
Did his toenail come off?
His toenail cracks.
Okay, that's
but it's
fine.
still held together by a thick layer of fungus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Because hill giants.
Great.
Because hill giant.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Then the goblins, renewed by the inspiration of the mother, begin attacking the second hill giant. Goblins coming through. 9 times 4 is 36 damage. Okay, then the spears. They start whipping the spears. Now this is the last volley of spears. They'll have to recover. Not as good, but still okay. So two of the groups. So 11 times 2 is 22. This giant's hurting now. Okay. Well, Beth, you're up. It's like right over you. Okay, Stabby.
Yeah.
First attack is a hit for 7 plus 13. Second attack is a yep, that's just a regular hit for 13 more, so 26 damage total. 6. Ooh, it is very bloody. It's not as bloody as the first guy was, but it is very wounded. Okay, Sorshe. Shooting. Okay, it's still getting the advantage. First attack is a hit. Second attack is a hit. So that's 2 arrows. So you also get your bonus for the Colossus Slayer. So that's 3 plus 5 is 8 for the first one, and then 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So 16 more. Very wounded. Almost gonna die, but not quite dead. Abby.
Yes.
You're up.
Okay.
This thing is, it just took another shit ton of arrows from your goblins and some more spears and Woe and Mantra and Sorshe, and it's very bloody and very wounded.
Okay, for show, can I strike it with lightning?
You can. I mean, if you don't mind breaking your concentration on the fairy fire, you just want to.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a move. That is a move. I need to look it up though, because I want to make sure that I get this right. Because you are a third of the way up a mountain. And there is a chance, however small, of you actually accessing lightning from a storm. But I'm going to look this up first because I don't remember exactly how it works. So if you're following along at home, everybody, we're looking up her spell, which is called lightning, on page 220 of the player.
Shout out Ann Adams again. For they want to buy you some Coke Zero.
Ann Adams, yay!
Also, we have 54
Cheers.
people watching. Oh, we had 54 people watching.
Hello, 54 people.
Okay, a storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius. Oh. You can see within range of the flesh creature within 5 feet of the point. Okay. So I'm going to say that you know your own spell. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And you know that if you cast this spell, you're going to electrocute Woe and Mantra.
No.
I'm gonna
So,
normally I would say
I
that
got beef with
Don't
Mantra, so go
fold.
ahead and take that bitch out.
Don't fold.
I'm gonna say that you don't do that. Or do you?
I'm not gonna do that.
I-
Right. Okay.
one of these
So,
little kids that
are you gonna try to shoot it again with your short bow?
Sure.
Okay. You still, I'll say that you didn't break your concentration on fairy fire. You shoot, you hit, you do pretty good damage, but not enough to kill it. Another arrow goes in.
So sad.
Top of the order, Woe. This could be it. What's the move? The hill giant is very, very tore up, but still angry.
Okay. How many more chi points do I have left?
You have, well, you regained the ones that you had after your goblin, remember when you guys were like special guests in the goblin hall?
Right.
And you've used one, so you're fine. You have 5 left.
Okay. I'll hit him with another one. Yeah, I want to hit him in the tummy. I just want one hard punch in the tummy.
He'll double over. He'll be
Just, he's like, I was pregnant.
Oh, almost, but not. All right, you definitely hit. You do 6 plus 4 is 10 damage. You gut punch him, and you hear him make this weird noise like, and he vomits blood all over like you and Mantra and the goblins, and then he slumps forward and dies.
How many gallons of vomit do you think that was?
It was like 10
10.
gallons. It was just a huge, you guys are covered in bile and blood vomit.
Oh, okay.
You basically like ruptured his entire everything.
Ew.
Savage. I broke his organs open with my
And he falls forward dead. You like jump out of the way. He falls forward dead.
Nice.
So now there are 2 dead hill giants. For a few moments after the sound, and also, by the way, when he falls forward, it's like this again. And like more rocks fall, and there's
Right.
as the dust clears, like Woe is like standing next to the dead one, covered
Sure.
in blood vomit from the giant. Mantra, you feel disgusting right now because you're also covered in giant blood vomit.
Mm.
Tricky.
That scoop out its insides and make homes for the poor. That's charitable.
What do you
work.
do? I didn't see.
That's
So-
tricky. Troy.
Yeah, Tricky Troy said, "Scoop out the insides now and make homes for the poor." The goblins might do that actually. So
Yeah.
here's what the goblins do after the dust clears. The goblins, like, you see they like look, and like Vermic like looks back at Tetra and he's like, "The prophecy is coming true. The mother leads us to victory. 2 down." He's like, 2 down, 20, 21 to go. He's excited, and they're all like, "Yay! Morgo and Orgo are dead. Morgo and Orgo are dead. Morgo and Orgo are dead." And they're like cheering, and everybody's happy. And you guys, like, you could see now that these 2 hill giants, like, they might have been brothers. They look kind of similar, although it's hard to tell because hill giants all kind of have similar features.
No tears for the lost brethren.
Yeah, the goblins seem very happy that this has happened. And after a while, like, Vermic is like, "Now we will move up and it will be safer. Are you ready, Mother? Do you need the rest? Or should we continue?"
I think first we should bury our dead. Because we have a lot of dead goblins and I want to pay respect.
How many are dead?
4.
He points to the paste that's like left of the squished bodies, and he's like, "Those?
Yeah.
We don't need to bury them. They died serving the mother. They are in an honored place."
Okay, sure. Okay, let's should we let's rest for a second. Let's eat for just a second.
Like, "The mother has spoken. We will feast." And the goblins go over to the bodies of the hill giants and start like just hacking them up. And they're like, "Yes." And they're like gutting them and cutting off like muscle and tissue and stuff. And they basically start butchering the hill giant corpses.
Okay.
Some of the meat that they gather, you notice they like put into these bags, just raw as is. Some of them they put like onto the ends of the spear, like as they're recovering their arrows and spears from the ones that aren't broken from the hill giant bodies. They're like skewering some of the features of the hill giants like onto their spears, almost like little trophies.
Okay.
So this whole process takes like a half an hour. So what do you guys do during that time?
I think we should.
I'm taking a bath.
Yeah, I was gonna say we find something to wash off with.
Okay.
Lake.
Good
lake.
Sorshe, making a survival check, has found a little mountain spring, like up around the bend. Like, you know how mountains have waterfalls? It's not like a waterfall, but it's like a little, steady snow melt, fresh water like thing. So you guys go over there and you kind of fill up your hands and start washing in this, and probably about a half an hour later, because that's how long it takes to wash it all off. But you feel a lot less gross as you remove all the
cold
pile.
as hell.
It is cold, yes. And it's super fresh. Like, you actually are like, So after you guys clean up and the goblins are finished like taking the choice pieces of meat, Vermic comes back, like he comes over to where you guys are and he's like, "Mother, we have taken trophies. We are ready to move.
Okay, let's move.
Now we must climb. Can Mother climb? Follow Vermic."
Yeah.
So he leads you guys. You go again, kind of following this trail, and it gets thin at certain points where like you're literally like walking on 3 feet of space, and like you look over the edge and it's a like 150-foot drop off to death. But then it kind of opens back up and you see like a part of the mountain that's a little more edged and like cliff-like and rocky that goes up for like another 100 feet. And he pulls out like some climbing gear, but his climbing gear is like primitive. Like, you guys have grappling hooks and ropes and climbing kits. His is like sharpened bones with like intestine twined and stuff. But he starts climbing like a champ. Like he's like, and he's like pulls himself up and he starts climbing more. So each one of you guys are going to make a climbing roll, and you're going to use your climbing kits like you did before, right? So somebody's going to be the climber upper, the person who goes up first. Yes.
Yes.
And that is going to be Sorshe. Or yeah, Sorsha's got the fiery athletics. 17 plus 8, 25. Sorshe climbs up like with rope in her mouth and climbing spikes, and she's like, and she gets up after a while. She gets up the top, finds a place like a sturdy boulder to anchor the rope around, and then starts lowering it down. And then she's able to help the next people up. So each one of them will make rolls. Mantra goes up, anchors another set, and you guys now have 2 sets of ropes with anchors. So, yep. Tetra makes it up, Woe makes it up. So all of your core group are up, and Vermic's up. And then the other goblins are using your climbing rigs to climb up. So they're making it up a lot faster than if they had just climbed up one at a time like Vermic did. While you're doing that, you hear something. You hear more rocks, like kind of like the rattle sound that you heard when the giants fell and like some of the rocks fell, like tumbling down the mountain. You hear that again, but there was no big sound to cause it. You hear like rock fall happening.
Okay.
And it's kind of up and along the route from where you are, like up ahead. You figure maybe like somewhere between 60 and 100 feet away.
So let's continue, but cautiously.
Okay. Vermic is, you notice Vermic seems nervous. He's like, Mother, we must wait here.
We need to see what it is, though.
It might be the grow. The grow. You remember I showed you the gray stone giant. He might be waking. We must wait here. It's not safe to go forward.
Okay,
He seems very worried.
Listen, Vermec, whatever. It's gonna be fine, and these guys are obviously terrifying you, so we gotta take care of them because no one should be terrifying you, and I love you, so let's go.
He seems reassured. He's like, okay, we'll go there quietly.
Yes, very quietly.
Do any of you want to do anything other than quietly move along this path?
Can I offer to carry him like a baby?
Yes.
I'm gonna carry him like a baby.
You sense that he is honored by this. Like you notice other goblins whispering in goblin, and they're like pointing, and they're very impressed by his mad embrace from the mother. All right, you guys proceed, and you're moving along at a decent pace, though carefully and quietly. Hell, where's the page with the stats? Sorry, I have to look up this giant.
I don't want to fight another one.
Who said anything about fighting? It's just gonna kill you. Oh, I mean,
Sick.
Bruh.
okay. You guys proceed. I'm going to make a secret roll that will determine how effectively you remain quiet. You travel for about another 100 yards, and Vermic stops every once in a while, and he like looks up, and he like looks over the cliff, and then he looks ahead, and then he nods at you, and he's like, come on. And then you keep moving. You guys up ahead see another cutback where like there's clearly like a rock fall that happened, but there's another ledge that you can climb up to kind of go back up in the other direction. And Vermic points to that. He's like, we go up and back to make our way up the mountain. Zigzag.
Okay.
Then we stay away from Grow. So he climbs up and he gets to the upper ledge, like about 20 feet ahead of, like above you guys, and you're looking up, and then he looks both ways and he like nods and he's like, come. So you guys climb up. Nobody falls off the mountain. You help the other goblins up, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. So this process, because of your numbers, takes like another 20 minutes, but everybody gets up to this next level. And you begin cutting back. And as you're traveling along, coming back, you are now in the evening. It's still light, but like time's gone on. You guys have made more progress. You are over halfway up the mountain. You do another climb, another zigzag. So far, so good. And then you get to the sun starting to set, starting to get darker. Now, you notice the goblins don't seem to have any problem with this. In fact, they almost feel a little more relaxed, and they're like, they're kind of moving at a good pace, and you guys go and you get to a point where you have to climb up again, and everybody climbs up again. No problems there. You cut back. You're still traveling. And now it's night. So, whoa, you have to burn another chi point for dark vision.
Wait, yeah,
Yes?
isn't the
No.
Count with us?
Who?
The Count?
Yes.
Why didn't he make any moves?
Is he? Is he with you?
Yeah.
You look around in the goblin group and you're kind of wondering where the Count has been this whole time, because you haven't seen him since you left
And where's Sina?
Goblin Cavern. You also haven't seen Sina, which makes you feel a little bit curious and worried that you haven't seen either one of them.
How are we gonna find them? Are they off making children?
You don't know.
Oh my god.
You don't know.
Also, I need to lose a chi point to have dark vision.
Okay.
I
So
don't have it. I mean, yeah.
so Vermic goes up to you, Abby, and he's like, we continue? We travel?
What if we make like a little camp for the night so we can all relax and go to sleep, and we can continue tomorrow?
He's like, yes, we can do this. And then he speaks in Goblin and gives off some orders. And you notice the goblins kind of start looking around, and then after about 10 minutes, one of them, like up ahead, calls back, and then you all go over there, and they've found this like little crevice that kind of goes in.
Uh-huh.
And you notice that the goblins have like laid down some like furs, and then Vermic is like, for you, mother, for your rest.
Why does she get all the good stuff?
Because I'm their mom.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, we took a vote and we allowed you to become mom. The least you could do is share.
That's not
I
true.
never
We didn't
thought I
have a
was going to
vote.
share.
There is
just power up.
definitely
You're just
not enough room to share. Like this crevice is small, and it's like kind of cut into the mountain, and it's like about the size of like a single bed.
Can I just
But
cuddle with everyone?
well, you notice that the goblins under Vermic's command seem to be setting up camp. Like they don't have like tents and bedrolls. They literally just like take off their weapons, and like half of them like curl up and like sleep on the rock, and then others like are like standing guard and like looking around and like kind of walking back and forth. But they're all kind of in the area where you are, like protecting it.
Okay. Let's just camp out a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Can I please share my little room with someone?
You can
Yeah, me. Give it to me.
You got shit all over your face. She's not gonna want to share with you. She's
My
obviously
war
gonna
paint?
share with me.
I'm gonna share it with Mantra because she's my wife.
Okay.
Oh wait, I forgot. I have beef to pick with Mantra. I'm gonna fight her right now.
Why?
Call me dumb.
You are. Your
I
character.
take out my whip and I steal her weapon from her.
You.
Are you Bill? You're letting this happen.
You successfully rub your balls on his sword.
and then I take my whip and I wrap it around her neck and I start choking her.
No, she can't
Until
do
she
that.
says uncle or she apologizes.
I'm the dungeon master. I'm the dungeon master. I have to be impartial, otherwise the game has no meaning.
I'm sorry. That's my apology.
I'm just kidding. I was quoting an episode of Community. All right. So you all go to sleep because you're tired and you feel gross. And then in the morning, you're rested. You regain your spell slots. You regain your lost hit points after gaining a long rest. And you're very lucky that I didn't roll any encounters overnight because that stone giant would probably kill you. So when you wake up in the morning, the sun is rising. You smell meat being cooked. And you see there's like 4 tiny little like goblin campfires where they're cooking the hill giant flesh. They're like just kind of almost like warming it up, and like it's still like rare, like dripping blood rare.
I'm gonna
They're,
go
like,
hunt
cooking the meat.
for a mountain goat.
Okay, you want to go on a little excursion? You go around kind of back down the hill where things opened up a little more. And when you get down there, you see this mountain goat kind of like feeding on some scrub grasses and like weeds that are growing out. And you're going to get ready to get your bow ready. And then you see something floating down from above you. Like, and you look up and you see the Duke. He's floating through the air, like slowly. And then you see he kind of like just gently lands like on the same walkway that you're on.
That's so savage.
I go up to him and I ask
smiles
him
and
where
he's
he's
like,
been. After I shoot the goat, of course.
the goat runs off. Like it was spooked by him floating down from.
All right, then I challenge the Duke to a duel for scaring off my meal.
Do you ask him where he's been?
You are so confrontational today.
I'm always
Today?
confrontational, bitch.
You have to do it in character. So the Duke lands softly, just falling down from above you, almost like a feather. And then he lands and he like walks up to you and he smiles and he nods.
I charge up to him and I ask him where his ass has been and that we almost got our asses fucking handed to us, and then I slap him.
He takes the slap. He seems confused by your anger and he's like, I thought you would be happy. I have been up to the top of the mountain. I found them. And that is where we're going to end this episode of D&D with
That's right.
high school students, the
That's right.
Vixens.
It's
It's been an amazing Friday. Thank you all.
D&D with high school graduates.
Thank you
Shut
all
up.
so much.
Great.
Thank you all for your generosity, for your kindness, for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank every single one of you who joined us for this live stream and all of you who are watching it later on. Please subscribe to the channel and support our ongoing struggle to make Dungeons and Dragons television, because
Done it.
struggle
Done
is,
it. Strike that like button right now.
yes.
My Venmo is
Smash
Beth.
that like button. What's up, guys? All right, so that's it. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Peace out. Bye-bye.